But you know, when you sit, let's say, in school class and the teacher is telling something and you're drawing on a piece of paper, now this I am doing with the measuring tool. And most of the time, someone is telling me something and I'm doing something like this. I'm making circles, just like this, getting bigger, then I'm crossing the circles like this. Kind of drawing a rose maybe, seeing how far the measuring tool would even go. Hello and welcome back everyone to your second favorite geography channel on the internet and to the channel where we usually explore the world using Google Maps Street View imagery. Against common belief, I have not run out of places to go and check out with Street View. I rather wanted to make something else, something that crossed my mind, using a tool that I'm using very often whilst I'm browsing miraculously and wildly through Google Maps. It is the measuring tool. Some of you might know that the measuring tool has been already my friend in the Does Europe Have a Center video. And today I want to go a little bit further than that. And the problem with that is that this video could be done anywhere around the world. I'm having here a map of Europe in front of me. And I think I will stick to Europe. But basically, I want to demonstrate 5 ways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of how to use the measuring tool. The measuring tool measures, as some of you might know, which brings me immediately to my first way. If we go to a city like Berlin, getting from A to B is a question of walking, public transport, taxi, bicycle, car. And the measuring tool is your friend. So you have a friend that lives here around U-Bahn, Metro, Rosenthaler Platz, and let's say you live here somewhere around Alexanderplatz. Who are you? So you're gonna be like, okay, I know Berlin. To Rosenthaler Platz, I would go here, 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 and up here. Around 1.2 kilometers, 10-15 minute walk if I walk quickly, all easy, all set. So the measuring tool is very helpful, even when you say, okay, if I go to meet my friend here at Rosenthaler Platz, I make a little detour and I go here, maybe because the street is nicer, you can add dots in the measuring tool. In this case, it has made my way 400 meters longer, but more beautiful. Well, not the measuring tool has done it, but you know. Other things I use the measuring tool for, because I'm geeky, I guess, is to check the length of a runway. For example, here at Old Berlin Tegel Airport, 3 kilometer. You can also move it around. In this case, the shorter runway, 2.4 kilometers. Now that is all very interesting. The only application off the top of my head that comes to my mind is maybe when you want to figure out a marathon track. But even then you would have a physical measurement device. But, you know, scouring the map a little bit could be definitely useful. Now the second thing I'm using the measuring tool for is perhaps a bit more obscure, and last week I've had the question of where is the longest, straightest road in Germany. And the internet said on one hand it is this part of a street here from Lorsch somewhere south to Mannheim, maybe here, 17 kilometers. But then with the measuring tool, we suddenly see, this is not straight at all. Does that even count? So then I looked around more and I found this bit here. Doesn't look so long, but 11.5, 12 kilometers, and we see, can even move this here, now I've added a point, but okay, this is almost completely straight. Now there are a few more places where something is completely straight. If I find the place I had in mind, I will show you. Where would it be? Here. Here we have another bit of a completely straight road. And yeah, 15 kilometers, completely straight. You can see that following the measuring tool. So the measuring tool is great for that. Also, the initial example I wanted to show is this building here. Probably not many of you know, but here in Prora, on the island called Rügen in the northeast of Germany, there's a very long building. In fact, it's 4 individual buildings. Naja, 5. And against common belief, it is neither completely straight nor one building, but basically this whole complex has a length of 3 kilometers, but it's not completely straight as the measuring tool indicates here. So we have to measure the distance, and the straightness. The third thing that is a little bit more obscure, but you know when you sit, let's say, in school class and the teacher is telling something and you're drawing on a piece of paper. Now, this I am doing with the measuring tool. And most of the time, someone is telling me something and I'm doing something like this. I'm making circles, just like this, getting bigger, then I'm crossing the circles like this, kind of drawing a rose maybe, seeing how far the measuring tool would even go. I'm sure that 100,000 kilometers is not so difficult. 1 million, I'm sure it has no limit other than the amount of numbers here. But you know, if you wanted to, you could also, I guess, somewhere here where the Titanic sank, draw a little boat to the amusement of everyone. It's just great fun. Maybe the boat has a little bit of smoke coming out. Isn't that wonderful? My favorite is perhaps to draw some butterflies here over the Democratic Republic of Congo, just because I like the contrast with the green and I like butterflies, but hey, who doesn't? Yeah, something like this. I think this baby will fly well. Now fly, little friend, fly. The next thing I want to show before coming to the great and somewhat absurd grand finale is the measuring tool shows you that the Earth is round. Now you may think, okay, how long is the northern coast of Spain here? And we can say, okay, well, plus minus 600 kilometers. I don't know why I used this as an example, it's absolutely pointless, but you make it longer and it's a straight line, and the longer you make it, suddenly, here, you see the bend? 1,300 kilometers and it bends. And if you move it even longer, the bend gets bigger, more bends are coming. Bigger, 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 bigger. Why is that? Because the Earth is round and this path is not straight, even though it is a choice of Google. They could have displayed it as a straight line. Wouldn't have confused anyone, but they decided to do it more accurately and portray the curvature of the Earth. Of course, if you go like this, and then you get a bend again here, and you know, you can really bend. This is basically another way of looking at flight paths. So let's say you wanted to fly from San Francisco to, I don't know what's good, to Dubai. So we start somewhere at San Francisco Airport. I'm actually not sure where isn't it on the water somehow a little bit? Here, San Francisco International. We fly out southbound to Dubai, all the way over here. Tuck. And where does the plane go? It doesn't just fly here, it flies all the way, perhaps over the Arctic, just because this is the most direct route, because the Earth is a globe and you fly around it, whatever is the most direct way, and this projection of the map confuses our understanding of the world a little bit, so our friend, the measuring tool, is here to remind us of that. The last and final and most absurd thing of what I use the measuring tool for, without any sense, is to erase places. Let's start with the example of London. Now, when you go and zoom in on the map of London, you see all sorts of shenanigans written on the map. Buckingham Palace, Tower Bridge, the British Museum, Hyde Park, and whatnot. Shops and art spaces, everything. Now, our friend, the measuring tool, can be useful here. You simply click, choose a random distance, it doesn't matter, and you grab the end of it and you start erasing all these places off the map. You can erase subway stations, all these places. Bye bye subway stations. Some places are a little bit more stubborn, but you see, you can really get yourself a satellite, no labels map of London. Very pleasant, great way to spend some time. Doesn't it just look wonderful? Now this also works for cities. Look at Germany, for example. Loads of, cities of a mediocre size. If you feel like you only need Berlin, you only need Munich, well, here's the solution, no problem. You can leave Berlin in, but all these other places we really don't need. Bye bye Germany. Sorry Netherlands, you were just in the way. And there's more. We don't need any of those. We have a map of Germany with only Berlin on it. And in fact, really sorry Holland, you were just in the way. I'm very sorry. Poland, yeah, I leave you Vooch, just because I've made a video about it. But the rest of you can go. And if this is too boring for you, you can go one step further and erase countries. Names of countries. Oh, sorry, Ukraine. I really like you as just an example, but let's also be so fair to erase Russia, because why not? Bye, 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 Russia. So long, so long. And the more time you have, the more you can go on, schnubbidi, 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 and almost the whole world is gone. I have marked a few favorite places here in the city of Wuhan. When I did the Wuhan video, go check it out maybe. Go check it out maybe. Yeah. And if you zoom away and come back, these places reappear and you can start the whole work again. So these are really all the ways I'm using the measuring tool for. I think it's a very versatile tool. I don't think that it is necessarily intended this way. And if you just wanted it to measure something, lucky you, I have found more uses for it. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry that this was a little bit of an unusual video. I just had to get this information off my chest. They waited a lot, as you can imagine. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you for the next casual Let's Explore the World using Google Maps Street View imagery kind of video. Bye bye.